Hello, my name is Peter Stevenson. I'm the minister of Christ Church, Finkin Street. I've been asked to just say a couple of words about a favourite carol and maybe a reason why. At the moment, I'm going to say that the favourite carol is In the Bleak Midwinter, but more especially, I'm going to say about the last verse. And the reason I'm doing this is that it reminds me of a calling to ministry. Let me just refresh your memory as to what the words of that final verse are. What can I give him, poor as I am? If I were a shepherd, I would give a lamb. If I were a poor man, I should do my part. See what I can give him. I give him my heart. This carol was one of the first that I came across when I became a Christian, which was quite late in life following the birth of my son. He was born premature and low weights for dates, £1 and 11 ounces, and I'd given him up for dead. As I left the hospital, I was driving back on my own, and Gladys Knight and the Pips came on, helped me make it through the night. The tears streamed. I stopped the car. I said, this is your chance. If you're there, then do something. And if you do, I'm yours. Well, I never realised what I had promised at that time. And a few winters later, when I began to remember the promise, this particular hymn had come on. I'd become a Christian. Well, I'd become a churchgoer by then. And what happened was that we were very heavily in debt. We didn't know where the next pennies were coming from to pay the mortgage. We threatened one night, particularly because the mortgage was due the day after. Went to bed about 12 o'clock. You know, one of those nights when you're restless. I came downstairs about 3 in the morning and there was an envelope on the doorstep. And the envelope contained exactly the right amount of cash to cover the mortgage for that month. And I never really looked back after that. And so when this carol came and I got to that last verse, as poor as I was, probably 13, 14, 15,000 pounds in debt and not able to meet my commitment to the church financially, God seemed to touch me and say, don't worry. If you haven't got it, don't worry. All I want is you. And a much longer story is to be told about how that happened. But for now, thank you for listening. May God be with you at this Christmas tide. And may you also know that he doesn't want anything from you other than you. Amen.